Hamish Downey, why do you think that Excalibur was never released? It seems like Miscavige is a bit desperate to create new levels, and it would seem like releasing this book would be another way of generating income. Well, yeah, it would be, except there is still plenty of stuff in Scientology that Miscavige can go over, republish, repackage, put back out there newly without having to dig deep into Excalibur. I have never seen a copy of the book, nor have too many other people, and I've done quite a bit of research to see as much as I can, find out as much as I can about it. But what I have been told is that it's not even necessarily a wholly edited and well put together manuscript. It's more like notes and research notes and things like that. Now, that may or may not be true. That's I have very limited information and very limited access to anybody who has actually had the manuscript in their hands. But I think it would require quite a bit of editing. I mean, Hubbard wrote the whole thing. He didn't give it to an editor before he offered it to various publishing houses. And, none of the publishers that he offered it to wanted it or wanted to have anything to do with it. And I understand that it reads a little weird, right? There's only one write-up I could ever find from a guy named Arthur J. Burks about what's in Excalibur. And I published that in my book, Scientology A to Xenu. There's a whole write-up on this in there. And it sounds like Hubbard was, had some kind of interesting ideas that one could look at Scientology as it was developed later and say, well, that information Hubbard developed later kind of contradicts or runs up against some of what Arthur J. Burks was talking about, for example. And so, Miscavige might be looking at Excalibur and going, yeah, no, I don't think I really want to open up that can of worms, right? They have published, or they claimed to publish, one chapter from Excalibur in one of the what are called Ron mags. There are these biographical magazines which focus on different aspects of L. Ron Hubbard's professional life. There's Ron the writer, Ron the sailor, Ron the master mariner, they call it, Ron the poet, right? Ron the lyricist, which goes over his songs that he wrote, and Ron the music maker. I think it's Ron the lyricist. Might be in that music maker thing. But anyway, one of those magazines is Ron the educator. And that magazine is devoted to applied scholastics and study technology and everything Hubbard did having to do with education, including this write-up that supposedly comes out of Excalibur. And it was pretty hard to read, as I remember. I don't still have a copy of this thing, but if you're interested, you could probably dig it up online somewhere. I think the church still sells these magazines. And that's the only thing I ever saw where the church claimed that they were publishing something out of Excalibur, the unpublished manuscript that Hubbard wrote back in the 1920s. So that's, all I could really say about that. I don't think they're ever going to put it out, and I don't think Miscavige is suffering for lack of material to put out to Scientologists at all. He's got whole courses and books and all kinds of stuff he could put back out there. So I don't really see that happening.